Sagittarius, good morning, how are you? So if you haven't seen this channel before, it's very important in order to watch the video that is provided below in order that explains a lot about numerology, because you can also watch this as a 5. Doesn't matter whether it be in your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus or Jupiter, because when I call out Sagittarius, I'm also calling out 5. So Michael, but someone's calling you, or you're cooling down is what I'm hearing. Let's do a cool down, let's do a cool down, let's do a cool out. Some of you have been called out for work and you work a 12-hour shift. You could be dealing with a 3. Unpredictable whether that be a Pisces or not, because that is definitely, when you look at numerology, not divisible. So you've kind of got this energy where, so like I said, you can either watch it as a Taurus or a Sagittarius, doesn't matter whether it be in your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus or Jupiter, because if a court card turns up, okay, if the court turn up, Tina, the name Tina, if Tina turns up, Tina times 10, you're going to be in a lot of trouble if Tina turns up. So that's what I'm hearing. So a tantrum, temper tantrum, somebody, you could be having a tantrum, or Tatiana, but like you could really be having a tantrum over something. I don't know if this is a drama out of a crisis, but I did hear pain, okay, and that I am either in physical pain, and it is like you really could have a lot to do with around the messages that have come out through Scorpio, where I'm in a lot of pain, okay, and because I heard, either Sophie pain or a sofa, but like I need to pick up a sofa, but it feels like pick up something, but physically in pain. So is this backache or physical aching and pains all over the place? Because I keep hearing these pains, these names, and these pains are all over the place. Like like physical pain. So I don't know if anybody is called pain or like there is physical pain. I don't mean like remorse, or do I? Dr. Morse. Okay, so some of you have probably got to go to the doctors in order to be able to look at something where you're in pain over something. But I'm on about the physical body being in pain. So, like I said, because I'm looking at also 12-hour shifts, I'm probably looking at like hospitals and like inpatients, outpatients, and people that come in on an AE unit. Okay, so that kind of thing, like working in hospitals, or if not, then physically dealing with having to go to the doctors and the hospital yourself, maybe because of some sort of pain medicine. Okay, but I definitely keep hearing that name also, though, pain. Okay, Sagittarius, but struggling. You see, that's why I'm hesitating, because your energy at the moment is about struggling. And I don't know if this is financially or just physically, because somebody's in physical pain. And it feels like that I am like struggling at the moment. Like I can't seem, well, I heard I can't walk properly. I can't walk properly. So I can't talk properly. What is this, a stroke? I'm hearing a stroke. A stroke. Like I can't talk properly. Like, because if you are in pain and things like this, don't worry about it, okay? But it's because this message could be for people that actually work in like a hospital. But I'm picking up like I'm in physical pain and like I can't talk. So is that you're not talking to your partner, or is that physically because somebody can't talk? So are you dealing with a life path 2 or a Libra energy, okay? So, or a healing year number 2. But like I can't talk, like I physically can't seem to say, like find the words to say to you, like I can't, just physically can't find the words, like I'm sitting back and I'm thinking and thinking and thinking and things, something around Stephen or King, or a Lion King Leo, and it's like I'm thinking and I'm thinking and I'm thinking, but what I am thinking is that I can't find any words to physically express to you the pain that I'm in, which means that whether this be physical, but they are also saying now metaphysical, which is a lot to do with around like I'm in metaphysical pain, I'm in warfare of fighting off like, well, I don't know, triggers, mirrors, all that kind of thing, and I just can't seem to find the words. Because I'm struggling as channel for you, if I'm honest. Channel 4, something to do with a Scorpio, but I am struggling to channel at the moment for you, Sagittarius. And I think that might be something that's going on between a metaphysical kind of situation for a lot of you, or a physician, like circumcised, or a physician, like an open wound, like I mean, if somebody had a vasectomy, a vasectomy and they can't like move at the moment because they've had a vasectomy, and the doctor has said to you, look, you know, or somebody that's had an operation, and like they're saying, look, don't move, you know, don't move. I mean, this could be anything that is physical on the body, but I am picking up a message now that Spirit is telling me that somebody could be telling you that, you know, you're going to have to take some time off work, you're going to have to lay flat and not say anything and not do anything and have some time off work and physically stay at home. Because it could be where people have just found out certain amounts of info and now they realise that they have like quite a few appointments to catch up on. But I think the energy of what I'm feeling is frustration around you, Sagittarius, because I feel like there's a lot of work that needs to be done, and you've kind of got that ticking over in your head as a 5, which would also mean Taurus, and Sagittarius are 5. Okay, so it could be a Sagittarius, Taurus moon even. But like it's going over in my head and going over in my head and going over it in my head, like a rehearsal. But for some of this, it's kind of like just the anguish of like work, of needing to get loads done, and I can't just not work, I can't just have time off. So you're self-employed then. So you must be self-employed. So that, I mean, that is frustrating, trust me. So when you're self-employed, they're saying that that's the frustration of what I'm feeling, channeling it for you, is that frustration of knowing that you're in pain. You have to go to work because you're self-employed. Well, I mean, I don't know, not everybody out there, every Sagittarius is going to be self-employed, but that is what I'm picking up. Is that I'm self-employed, I'm in physical pain, and I can't exactly have time off work. But even though for you guys that may not be like self-employed, I still think that there's this like, okay, I'm picking up 2 signs. Some to do with work, physical pain, can't have time off work, whether I'm self-employed or not. And then I've also got some kind of energy here of a metaphysical kind of feeling of pain, and that I'm going through anguish and something that is very upsetting at the moment, and I feel like I can't concentrate because I can't seem to get through. So, because it feels like this numbness, right, of like either someone physically, like metaphysically in pain and I can't seem to feel and find the words because I feel numb, okay, or I can't physically feel the pain because I am numb, because I've just had an operation and like an anaesthetic, so I can't feel anything. So, I mean, this is why I'm worried about stroke, because it feels like that I can't feel anything down my left side. Well, that can be dangerous, because that can, I mean, me for instance, and I'll put myself in that bracket because I am, is that I can't feel much down my left leg because I have sciatica, and I have a nerve that is trapped in my back through being a bricklayer for many years and building this place as well. So my nan, something to do with your nan, maybe your nan, or your grandma, or your ma. So there's somebody here that passed, Taurus, it was one of my friends, their mother passed, so it was a death list that, unfortunately, I can't ever tell whether this is a gift or not, but the book of life and the book of death, they come hand in hand. So through the Akashic Records of book that I've reached is physical prediction of, which has happened for a while, but Spirit says the book of death, times, names, people, okay? Don't worry about it, it's just transition I'm going through, Sagittarius. But yeah, remorse. So there's like doctors, but there's also somebody in your energy here that is going through something of remorse. So through that energy, like I said, the person I know is a Taurus. Okay, so that's loss of mother. So the moon. So you're looking at 9 energies. So you've got a lot of Virgo qualities around you at the moment, or the moon, which would also be a mum. So numb mum, you see, a numb mum. I am like numb because of my mum. So Sagittarius, thank you for sticking in there with me and letting me get this out. But because I don't know if people are like impatient for like answers, but you have to wait for the Akashic Records. But again, the video that explains numerology and how I read is so important, because you will know when I call out that name. Even if you have a sun sign of Taurus, you're watching it also as a Sagittarius, and that's why these channeled messages relate. Okay, so honestly, very important. It is provided below. It's only a quick one, but I'm picking up like numb mum. I'm numb because of my mum, but I also have a numb feeling where it might be to do with, like I said, it could be a stroke and these kind of things. So, you know, reminds me, Mike, I did leave you a message over on your channel, so everything is fine. Don't worry about it. Okay, just be careful of my messages when I'm saying it, because it doesn't necessarily mean that. All right, you're fine. Okay, but I am picking up like how this can get confusing, because it can be people that work in an ICU unit, right? And they are dealing with patients like that. And it can be like a follow-up, because I'm definitely picking up like I need to follow up on something, which could be like because of this feeling, and I need to follow it up. Like I need to go for a checkup, I need to go for a follow-up, and I'm having to keep doing that. And the frustration of work and also finances and money, of either whether being self-employed or not, this is where the energy of 3 is coming in, because it's coming in around Piscean energy, but because it can't be predicted whether it be a Pisces, it's around teachers. So it's around hospitals, teachers, training, teacher training day I'm also picking up. So there might be a break from school if people work at that, I don't know, or having a teacher training day, but that's what I'm saying, I'm hearing. Something to do with teacher training, so I'm having to go for training. So a trainer, so Tina, trainer, okay, which would be physical, metaphysical, or I'm having to go for training. So some of you, you're having to go like at your work, they call you in and they say, okay, well we need you to go for like to get like a certificate for training in order to train yourself up to do this for work. So these could be anything like hospitals, blah, blah, blah. You have to go for a training day, which would be the film Training Day, which was, what was his name? Training Day. Oh man, I can't think off the top of my head because people get bored if I sit here, but please list it in the comment section. But the person that was in Training Day, so that name would really represent somebody, okay? But Training Day. So yeah, I need to go on a training day in order to do it. But I'm also picking up like I need to go on a trainer, which would be like a, if you're doing anything, like I said, if you've got a bad back and things like that, then it's kind of like I'm having to go on a certain trainer in order to build up my strength to walk. So what I am picking up now is these people that are working in hospitals, and they're kind of like somebody, I don't know, that suffers, I forget what they call it because the names are really on my head. But you know when someone's had like a big operation of something and they need to build up their strength again, and then you go into like a unit and then they kind of like, they build up their strength by doing like push-ups or by like standing on a wall or like putting a thing around them like that and then leaning outwards in order to build up one's strength and dexterity within their core strength. So this is either physical gym or Jalian, Juicin, Jasmine, blah, 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 and you're going to the gym, anybody beginning with J, okay? But then I'm also picking up some people that may work in hospitals that actually do this kind of thing, and it is building up physical strength and dexterity, okay? So you've got that. So there's the training day bit. Okay, so they're saying, though, that I can't give you a clear message where I don't want to confuse people around this stroke, okay, around this stroke. Because they are saying like I can't feel anything, but for me physically I can't because of the trapped nerve in my back. Okay, so that energy. But you see, the thing is that you can know anybody that has Taurus and Sagittarius in their chart, and you can think, oh, that sounds like my friend Steve. I know that he's going through that, blah blah blah, bad back, trapped nerve. Can watch it inwardly and think, oh, I'm watching that because I know that message is for my friend. You see, it's complex, I know, but that is why you get King of Cups, say, for instance, or the King of Wands, because it represents fire sign or water sign, and that is why a court card turns up in another reading at another time. You think, fuck, that sounds like my story, bruv. Right? So, numerology. So, Sagittarius, what have they got coming up? Well, struggling, like I'm struggling to cope. So let's go back to a message of what they're saying around like physically numb, metaphysically, okay, because you got the physical stuff there, but they're saying that somebody here is struggling metaphysically. They're struggling in order to realize what to say, because I can't find the words in order to be able to speak and say anything to you. So it's kind of like somebody is going around as a 5, just kind of going around and over it like a performance of something, but still can't physically find the words of what to do, which means that I am stuck with the karma. I'm stuck with the karmic energy of a feminine. Feminine's energies, you know, you're going to have to watch, again, go over to the community tab and watch where I did the evolution, the spiritual matrix of evolution. Okay, it's really important. Okay, but again, 600 views, man, and there are some great information on that video and it's free, okay, so please check it out. It is very informative, but it is on the community tab, and I listed it as a video that is on this channel, but you only have to go over to the community tab and check it out, okay? Honestly, it's good information. So you've kind of got this struggle at the moment where I can't seem to find the words in order to what to say. Okay, more than words. It's going to take more than words in order for me to build up the courage and the strength. So you're definitely dealing with a Leo energy of 8. So you've got Leo or Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus or Jupiter of 8. Doesn't matter whereabouts. In head, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, North Node. Okay, but message-wise, definitely channeling is important to put the dots together, right? The sequence of the code of matrix of why that happens. Okay, so you've got this energy of I can't seem to find the words, and it's going to take more than words in order to get me back on side. So you've kind of got this Simon, Cynthia, Steve, Sarah names. Saucy, I mean, oh, matron, saucy. So saucy, someone does like a matron. So I don't know, but yeah, I'm picking up all matron. So patron, oh, patron, cool, Steve's patron. Listen, it's all included. You miss some of the great parts over on Patron. I'm not trying to plug, well, I'm kind of trying to plug it, but I'm also trying to let people know, right, that on my Patreon, if messages are very short here, yeah, I'll get a lot more over there. You do. But anyway, never mind. But I'm hearing, cool, Patreon. But like, something to do with that. Or we are patrons. Prison sentence. Marriage? Or like prison sentence. I don't know if that's coming up. Because I did hear, but that's an omen there for you. So some kind of sentencing, a lot of you may be called up in order to go to court, or a sentence of something, like, because I'm picking up, like, I can't seem to find the sentence in order to say, which are words, but then I'm also picking up that name of sense, or accents, or AdSense, or sense, like, I can't make sense of it, like, so you're dealing with Libra energy, the sense that makes none. So, like, what do you call it? What is that? The sensimilia, or sense that it's the sense that makes none. So it's the sense that makes numb. It's the thing that's the spray that makes me feel numb. So what are you on? Deep heat, DB, or B, the name B, but deep heat. Okay, so spraying oneself in order to feel numb because of backache or pain is what I'm picking up. So this could even be your partner. You know, you get home from a long day at work and you can't feel anything. Oh my God, I can't feel this thing, and I need to spray my pain with deep heat. So I don't know what you call it in another country, but the spray. So I'm definitely picking up like an array. Alray, a company that is for driving and like picks up children. So there you go. So that's an old company I used to work for. So Alrays, people that pick up disadvantaged children in wheelchairs and take them to school. So teacher training day. So you got like a school run for people that may be mums, or you work for like taxi companies and you drive on a bus or a coach in order to go and take and pick up children from school. There is a training day, but that's where the training energy is coming from. So some of you work at physical schools or like hospitals and things like that, right, Sagittarius? But I'm definitely picking up huge energy of 3. So you could be a Sagittarius life path number 3, and this would where it would come in as a trainer, because you would feel as if like coaching and training and like going to school or something like that is a big part of your calling, which would be 3, right? So I mean, me, I don't really agree with life coaching, to be honest, but I definitely agree with like coaching one's physical dexterity of like gym and all that kind of thing. But everybody from the Gravely Train years ago was used to, as a tarot card reader, used to say I'm a life coach. But you know, I mean, it depends how you look at it. Spiritual life coach is pretty much the stuff that I put out for people, really. So that kind of stuff, right? But but it's not a life coach. It's just a spiritual story, really. But because I mean, life coach, it's it's just an advisor. But I don't know. But again, you've kind of got that, right? Whatever that may mean to you, life coaching. For the life of Brian, So the name Brian, I keep picking up somebody that's called Brian here. Briney, or Bridie, or Brian. Okay, Brian or Bridie or Brian. Okay, the life of Brian. So somebody could be Jewish. Somebody could be a fish. You're definitely dealing around a Piscean energy somewhere. It's just a few messages there for you, Sagittarius. I don't think anything of major importance really channeled wise. I mean, there is, because there is some concern there. That's what I'm picking up. There is concern, or the name's Stern. But I'm very stern and very strict. Oh man, so you've got like a headmaster energy. Very strict, very stern, okay, very pointy. You got the Queen of Swords energy, but like very stern. Or the name Stan, or Stern. Hearn, the name Hearn. Burn. Also, I keep picking up burn, like somebody's scolded, or burn. Or the name Bernard. But like burn. Burnsfield, which is a school. Burnsfield School. But I keep picking up are these people that go to hospital because of like the burn unit, a burn unit, right, which are like fires and stuff like that and scolding and things, and I have to go to a burn unit. Bernadette. Don't live in regret, Bernadette. But like I definitely keep picking up like a burn unit. Or a unit. Like you're looking for a unit in order to store things. Or you do go into like a unit. Because I'm seeing like, you know when we were at school you do units and whatnot. Right? I can't remember that now. But you know when you do units, like little blocks and little units, right? So either that at school are like little units. But I'm also picking up like a container. Like the name Tina, or a container of a unit that you either work in, or like bubbles and stuff like that. We're all in bubbles and units. But like you know when you go into a school you have like a prefab that isn't really made out of brick. It's made out of other fabrics that make a unit, and then the kids go over to do maths in like a unit, right? Because whichever way I'm picking up like people that work in units. Or we're looking for a unit in a storage container in order to store things. Or like a shed, or something like that, or the name Ted. But like a shed. Okay. So, Fred. So there's another spirit that came through, Fred. Okay. So, some of you could be visiting crematoriums and things like this, in a grave site. So the name Graves, or a grave site here. Grave site. For somebody that possibly did have a stroke. So I'm kind of like getting cross-matched now. Somebody that you know could have lost a mum or somebody. They could have had a stroke. Okay, it could have been a stroke that they had. And that would also represent my friend that was also Taurus. Something like that. And then visiting grave site. Because I'm hearing graves and graves, which here is a carrot wash. So, well it used to be Bartlett's. It's now called Bartlett. So anybody be called Barney or Bartlett. Okay. But I'm picking up like a graves and graves. So going to visit a grave site of somebody that has either one just recently passed because of, say, maybe a stroke, and then another energy there, like I said, that has happened, and you're going to visit grave site. Okay, grave site. Yeah, that'll do. You're right, Sagittarius, or Taurus, or Life Path 5. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter. But again, it'll explain about North Node and Polar, right? So the messages are very important in order to be able to put the building blocks together of the units. You see, Cosmic Records, that's also units, right? Units. So the building blocks of life, the Book of Life and the Book of Death, right? Units of time. Units take time. Anyway, What's been going on with Sagittarius? What's been going on with Sagittarius? What's been going on? Time after time, and you don't, then you up, and you will find me. Virgo. What's been going on with Sagittarius? Oh, man. Oh, wow. Well, I'm going to look into... Sorry if I shouted there. It's supposed to be what your partner thinks and feels about you. Okay, but this is still there. So I'm going to change it around because we'll look at everything here. But again, you've kind of got this 3 energy. Teaching, but karmically, can't find the words, don't know what to say. More than words is going to take anything in order to mend my broken heart. So you get the energy of sticks and stones will break my bones, but words will never hurt me, but they did. You see, so you've kind of got this energy of where it's like scorned, really, scoring music, scoring anything to do with music that I do, but like scoring, like one-upmanship, like you feel like you won, but I didn't, I lost, and you feel like that you won, and you've lost the best thing that ever happened. You're the best thing that ever happened. You're the best thing, Steve. But like King, but like Lion, maybe Leo, but you're the best thing that ever happened. But you're the best thing that you lost. So you've kind of got this energy where this person's feeling nostalgic through, I don't know whether that was an ultimatum or something that somebody's feeling or thinking, that you lost the best thing. But this person still feels like that they lost the person. So if anybody's grieving metaphysically over the physical loss of a human being, or metaphysically over the loss of a breakup, this person is feeling nostalgic of, you are the best thing, but you lost the best thing, which is still, again, the energy of being very compromised, right? Because this person could be going over, you lost the best thing, you lost the best thing, you lost the best thing, you lost the best thing. But then, again, I feel upset about it. So someone is still going through the feelings of loss here. Physical or metaphysical? Okay. Because it either means reconciliation or stay in the 3 of Swords. You know, it either means forgive and forget and reconcile, or keep being in that energy. But the karmic energy will make you feel that way. It will make you feel as if you're still attached to the person, but not physically or metaphysically. Meaning that someone's going through transition, or someone is physically going through transition of loss of a human, but like they're going through transition as well. They go on it on the other side of the scale of karma. So they go through the energy of the feminine side feeling very emotional and very upset about the breakup, right? So that's how they roughly feel. So how does Sagittarius, his partner, think and feel about them? This is what we're going to look at now. What does Sagittarius, his partner, think and feel about them? But these can also be external energies, right? It doesn't matter what I kind of read. But you see, Damien or Reedy, but like, or something to do with eat, read. But like here, I read it wrong. Like I didn't understand what you said. You didn't give me time in order to speak or say anything. Like you just pretty much just left and then left me like this. Why did you leave then? Because I don't like what it is that you said. I can't help that. Yeah, but you spoke out of turn. Yeah, well that doesn't really matter. I feel upset and I'm trying to move on and move away from you. So I mean, because that energy's there, and then I started asking about what shall I like? How do they feel? Well, they feel pretty much as if like, will you do it to yourself? So I don't know if there's self-harm here, or somebody put someone in harm's way, and somebody felt very good because the 6 of Wands feels very good. It's Capricorn, Gemini energy, right? So I feel really good, but I don't feel good the fact that this is, because who would really want to put anybody through physical or mental pain, right? So it is either physical or mental pain that you are feeling presently, but if I'm sweeping it around and taking a look at your partner of how they feel, well, it could be this, but you definitely get somebody that seems to be okay, like okay with moving away. That's why the past is also said, past, present, future, past is also said to you around this energy of like, you're about to lose the best thing that you ever had, boo. And then you can go like, and then someone said, well, look, whatever happened in the argument, whatever happened in that, because 2 would also say ultimatum. I gave you an ultimatum and now 3 has happened. So I gave you the ultimatum and I said to you, you're just about to lose the best thing that ever happened, right? Paul Weller, right? So like you've got an ultimatum that was given to somebody, but nobody ever really knows anybody of your partner more than what you do, right? This is why I don't ever really take any notice of me. It's just that you know your partner and your circumstance of karma of whatever it is that you feel, but somebody feels as if the ultimatum was, well, look, I'm going to give you an ultimatum. If you don't soon start bucking up your ideas, young man, then you might as well go your own way. Or someone did, but left somebody in this state here. So, you know, the channeled stuff that I've been doing and the videos just recently are very important in order to watch, to understand energy, okay? Because you'll get a feminine and a masculine that pretty much thinks that this person could be arrogant, is always looking for attention. But that might have been what caused this separation for a start, because it can be an apologetic energy. Because if you do deal with, I mean, sociopath, empath, God knows what else, they're strong words in order to keep throwing around out there for people. But you see, when people want or need an apology, right, people think that a person can be very arrogant in life when you're going through that, oh God, it's in my head, right? So they can see people as very arrogant, that they don't want to pay attention to people that are hurt. Is why this person is probably seen in the eyes of other people as very arrogant, because it can be like, you know, I'm the centre of attention and blah blah blah, and I'm always like fine and I'm great and I'm gravy, so it doesn't really matter. But this person within your dynamic might start to see that this person could be arrogant, the fact that they've let this person feel that. So karmically, you can't ever really blame a person, because you're blaming a spirit. That's what I said through the Akashic Book of Records of Evolution. A spirit makes that happen through your astrology to teach a feminine energy around stabilizing one's emotions that'll help you full told, right? But then even when you're a masculine energy, you will be classed as a prick, right? That people will think, oh God, you arrogant asshole. Honestly, it happens. It's the scale of evolution. You arrogant asshole. You actually did this to me. No, you done it to me. You done it to yourself. Justice, right? Which is Radiohead. You do it to yourself. You do, and that's what really hurts. You do it to yourself. So 2 would be justice, right? 3, which means that there was a decision to be made to basically split up and break up, or some kind of like argument that could have happened in the family dynamic around work, finance, divorce, separation, breakup, right? How do we now cope without people here? So externally, your messages are of here, right? Externally of what people have happened. In Libra energy of 2, you will probably have people that have left work, people that could have left the building, like Elvis, and kids, children could have flown out and gone, right here. Because whichever way it is, I'm being left feeling heartbroken because people have left, because people have gone, right? So passed on, gone, externally, life itself as 5, marriages, you know, in couples, kids have left, right? Those kind of energies, whatever you want to relate it to, Sagittarius. But let's have a look at how Sagittarius' partner feels. How does Sagittarius' partner feel? So the star, you see, they're heading towards the energy of success. You know, I know this may seem unfair to people, right? It really may seem unfair to people, but somebody is following their calling, and somebody is following their intuition and knowing what their dreams are. And what their dreams are is not an energy of this. It doesn't mean that they're not compassionate. It just means that if somebody is feeling this, they're thinking, well, there's nothing I can really do about it. You know, one day we may be together, but you see, you still have 8. So you have Leo, Aquarian energies of Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter. And Capricorn, Gemini would also be involved here, right? But you've got this where, like, well, nothing compares to you. But then, well, it does, because I'm the main concern for me to feel good. You know, and I don't want to make you feel bad for it. I don't want to blame you for that, because what human being would really want to do that? So I don't want to blame you for it, and I don't blame you for feeling the 3, but I can't keep holding myself back. I have to start moving on with my life. Like, you know, if you want to be a part of it, then you can, but you have to ascend with me, not without me, which means that if you want to follow the star and you want me to really teach the energy of soul and the connection of what that is, what I'm really telling you esoterically is the fact that, you know, to follow your dreams and to be the person that you are, a trigger is really made for you. It's designed within the astrology. It tells this person what to do. So they use their intuition to know that this situation was really quite dramatic, right? So whether that be physical or metaphysical pain, because if there's metaphysical pain, this person here will probably say, get over it. Get over it, don't worry about it, because it's fixed. So they can come across as very arrogant, because this could be Leo Aquarian energy, right? Which is fixed. Which means that you're stubborn and you're arrogant and you always think of yourself and you always just do whatever you want to do, but you don't ever worry about me feeling this way, right? So don't lead me this way. Don't lead me this way. And it's like, well, I'm not leading you on. And I'm not, someone thinks that somebody led somebody on here. So I'm Lee or Leanne, but like, I'm not leading you on. I'm just following what I feel to be right. Okay, whether it be right or wrong, there's nothing that compares to you, Chris. Chris Cornell. Chris, my friend Chris, lost his mum. Okay. But, yeah, I heard Chris Cornell. Nothing compares to you. Right? But, again, I prefer the Chris Cornell one. But, popular belief, I'm sure everybody does. And if you haven't heard that rendition with Chris Cornell singing it, you don't need to get yourselves on YouTube that you're already on. Right? Chris Cornell, nothing compares to you. Right? Acoustic version. Woo! Damn! But here, wham bam, thank you ma'am. So somebody thinks that somebody uses somebody maybe for sex, and it's just like wham bam, thank you ma'am, right, I'm out, thank you very much, gone. Right? So you've kind of got this, you see, the trouble is with, oh man, it's difficult. Sociopathic energies, right, doesn't have to be a sociopath, but apology. You can never apologise for an action because it's already been done. But the trouble is when you look at patterns of here, you have to look at when someone feels sorry for themselves, right? In a relationship, making other people feel as if they have to be sorry for their actions. When you get these, it's like, well, I'm not sorry. Why would I be sorry for that, right? So if somebody didn't apologise, it hurt this person's feelings. But the trouble is when you look at sociopathy, sociopaths can also constantly self-doubt, right? They can self-doubt a lot. Doesn't have to be a complete and utter raving lunatic. It just means that you always feel as if I'm sorry, like because of this here. So if I constantly make other people feel sorry for me in life, I'd end up then getting people emotionally attached to feeling sorry for me. So without even knowing it to popular belief, somebody knows that you always make me end up having to say sorry to you. But if spirit puts that together, who's right or who's wrong? Blame the spirit, which is everybody, because everybody's connected, right, apparently? So if everybody's connected, who is it that you are physically blaming? A human, right? So here, what you've got is this person probably knows that, right? So you've got this energy of a person, without putting a label on what it's called, of a person that may always try to get people to feel sorry for them. Now, if there's pain, if there is physical pain and stuff like that, then granted, obviously, your wish is my command, right? So Aladdin, or Aladdi, or Laney, right? Laney, or Laddie, or El, or Elzebub, maybe, but I don't know, L, right? But somebody can always try to make someone feel sorry for them. And when they do, because of that, but because I'm picking up, backtrack slightly, Sagittarius. For you guys ever that watch my channel, right, if I'm ever channeling and somebody is physically in pain and loss, then, you know, obviously, I wouldn't say that. But some people in life, in a connection of anything, can actually put on a performance of making people feel sorry for them, right? So they can play that out in their head and they can actually make pain worse than what it physically is, right? So you can have these energies where it's kind of like, you know what, I'm going to act down and play dumb and play down, right? So when you do, you can get somebody that ends up making someone feel as if they have to feel sorry for the person, which ends up making the person apologise to them, right? And that's what this kind of connection of spirit, of what I'm hearing, is kind of telling me of the story here, Sagittarius. That I can't always feel sorry for you, right? I have other things to do, right? I have my life. I want to feel good. I don't want to feel good about hurting you. But if hurting you is, if I'm really hurting you, and this is too bad, then you're probably better off with another person. And that could have been what happened here, where the ultimatum could have been, you know, if you don't soon start like helping me and supporting me through all of this trauma energy of a connection, if it's metaphysical, would be where this person would look more towards the physical energy here. So what you've got is a paradox, because you've got Leo and Aquarian or energy also, right? So, and also because Aquarius and Leo, they had paradox energies for a while of third party energies, right? But now I'm starting to see the patterns of what those third parties could have been, right? Because of the numerology of the Book of Shadows and the Akashic Book of Records. Okay, so am I boring people? I sometimes feel as if I'm boring people. But there's more here, right? There's this energy of this person follows their dreams, and they follow a North Star, right? They follow a dream of what they have for themselves that makes them feel good, which is healing. So if you've watched the video where I said the substance of healing is death, why is that? Because it's you've accomplished so much in your life for purgatory that the further that you experience life, the further you get towards light energies, because that's where you have Virgo energies of 9 and Mother, right? So you head towards the North Star, which is the ending of time, but it doesn't ever exist. So the complexities of what you heal is really the more karma that you experience, is the fact that this could be an experienced person but an inexperienced soul of a person, is where you're getting the masculine energy of healing. That's where it's coming through. This masculine, believe it or not, is actually really healing this person as a soul group energy right here. It's because the North Star heals because it's karmic energy. It's the energy of experience, right? So when you're experienced of your karma and you go more towards the light energy, it naturally heals the person that's experienced more to heal that passes it through energy of these three energies here. So, you know, this is why I'd said about smudging and stuff like that. It's fine with everybody, but me, I have juice and things like that and foods, but, you know, I believe more in the spiritual healing, which is a healer, spiritual healer, right? A true one. And that's because of experience of going towards the energy of cooling. Because you go towards light. We don't live in it. We live in dark constantly. Even though we see the sun, we are in purgatory of the payback energy, right? So the sun of the astrology goes out towards the numerology of the ending of time, because it's actually a malefic star and it burns, right? So you're definitely dealing with Leo, but then you're also dealing with family, right? Family trauma. So witnessing a lot of soul group family trauma, but then trauma units of A and U and all that sort of stuff, right? But like traumatic energy of people that you may have seen that have all like experienced something that is very traumatic in their life of physical loss or operation. It's tired. When your number's up, your number's up. People experience loss in many ways. That's why the universe says to you, oh, hold on a minute, you're upset about your love life and there are people out there that have just died and some people are dealing with grief. Good grief, good gracious me. Grace, right? Good gracious me. There are more things to worry about in life than hurt feelings through people that have physically lost people of their feelings. So what makes that any different to anybody else, because a feeling is of grief and loss? So externally your energy is of like, well, I kind of understand that now, right? So the feeling that your partner has is that, because all day long, like I said, I don't really have a placement of Sagittarius. I do in parts of charts, right? But I have Aquarius in Venus and I'm a Gemini moon, right? So even if there was a Leo, I would represent as the star sign of around Leo because it's an 8. And I have this in Venus, which is an 8, which is Aquarian energy, right? That's why the stories of like, oh, the old Donna, right? So 6, Gemini, Aquarian, Gemini, Capricorn energy, Aquarius, Leo, right? Numerology of also star sign of why these messages relate. Because when I look externally, you'll be like, oh, that sounds like me, my partner, but also my mother, but that also sounds like my partner as well, right? Also my metaphysical one. So, well, that's what you've got so far, Sagittarius. So, I know it's very short. I know there's not many cards, guys, but I want to leave some energy and I want to leave some good messages for my patrons, okay? So this is pretty much giving you an idea of how I read. It changes all of the time. Sometimes it's past, present, future. It's still past, present, and future. I've given you quite a few messages there. But if you want to see what is coming up for you for the energy of 14th until the 21st of May, you can, if you want to join Patreon, the link and the video is everything that's provided below for you to watch it first if you're unsure. But over there is a plethora of readings that you get constantly, churns out. They all go to the full access bundle apart from the beginning of the month. They go to both. The video does explain. After this reading, there will not be another one because that one will only go to Patreon. So if you're on Patreon and say you join now, you can watch the weeklies, you can also watch this, the monthly, and then you'll get your last week, but only on that full access bundle, okay? And then obviously a month for the month end, the next month, okay? So that is over there. That will be the 14th until the 21st for you guys. See what the story unfolds. Yeah, if you like Angel Radio, and the music and the videos that I also do that are also esoteric, channeling messages through music. I'm also a music producer and also mixing, mastering, producing and stuff like that. You can find that on this channel, but you can also find it on Angel Radio, which is another channel that I run, which is called Angel Radio. You can find the link below also. Okay, but everything is in that channel section. Thank you very much, Sagittarius, and I'll hopefully catch you on the other side or next time.